Whoa! What's up, everybody? See, I was going to leave well enough alone, but I had to listen to both of these guys spew their nonsense. And this is what happens when the conservatives actually turn on each other. You got one, which is the Amazing Lucas, dick policing Bronny James, and then calling the majority of law enforcement cowards instead of picking out individual circumstances. Then you got the other who can't wait to throw black people under the bus even when black people are not concerned or in the subject matter at all. See, this is what happens when both sides are just phony as shit. Okay? Yes, I understand tactics. Yes, I understand things. But guess what? When you have an active shooter, you got to go in there and eliminate the threat. Or at least get the threat attention away from the people he's trying to kill. And you know what the ridiculousness about this is? There's plenty of officers I know who would have went in there. Plenty of officers who would have done what they needed to do. There's a lot of bullshit that happened in Uvalde that occurred. Your police chief didn't even have a radio? When I was with the Baltimore Police Department, they religiously listened to that radio. And if you had a bad enough circumstance, all your command staff is coming. Some people said 40 minutes, some people said 90 minutes. See, when you look at the clippings and more information coming out of how much wrong information was out there, it really gets contrived, right? The information gets polluted. Very polluted. You have a lot of people who spew their information about police and wouldn't take their asses out there to be police for 1 second. You who think I'm just picking on Amazing Lucas, trust me. There's some things I agree that he says, and then some things I fucking don't because I know better. I have the information to debunk him very easily. You know, there's a lot of people who make a damn good amount of money on these YouTube streets just spewing bullshit. So does Brandon Tatum. No, as a good cop, if you have cops waiting while somebody's life is in jeopardy, no, you can't rock with that. Cowardness is a chargeable offense. But to Amazing Lucas with his statement, when he says the police don't have an obligation to, that's bullshit. And I would tell you to your face, that's bullshit. So many times on that radio, if you're on a burglary call, get your ass up, we got a shooting. Person over property. And you know what the fucked up thing about it is? People like myself and a few others are not that hard to reach to get the real information about police. Now, you got people out there saying the police who did go in only saved their kids. No, they were saving other kids. No, they saved other kids. It's incredible how two men who used to be on the same bullshit now they want to go at each other's throats because it makes good entertainment and they can get paid off of it. But at least get the fucking story right. Hell, I could say that to the public safety, administrator and also the chief of police down there. Get your fucking story right. You got too many people who fucked up. They want to investigate the door that should have automatically locked. But see, this is the part about you can't blame just the urban environments anymore. I'm the one who said white people gave you the keys to the kingdom, black people, especially black men, for protection. When it comes to executive protection, corrections, military, police, firefighter, EMT, paramedic, security forces. I'm the one who said it. See, you got one side that's always going to pull Chicago out of their ass, and one side that only wants to talk when it's only a group, one section of police. There's 1 million law enforcement officers in this country, and they're all fucked up. Well, if you take the bad apples and the good apples with the bad apples, aren't those apples bad? No, motherfucker. Just because an apple's bad, it does not spread to the other apples. Sorry. That's asinine. What do you think departments do? Kick out bad apples, usually. Are there some who fall through the cracks? Of course. Unfortunately, that's probability. And I think motherfuckers forget that there's such a thing as probability. Here it is. A doctor could kill 5 people for malpractice. Are we calling him a bad doctor? Usually not. If firefighters mess up in their duty, are we calling to defund them? No. Let's talk about something even more interesting. Because a lot of people will still go to the same fucked up liquor stores, chicken shacks, and McDonald's with the poor ass service. Are you boycotting them? No. You're not even going to defund a motherfucking thing. You got the same cowardly narrative that's been going on for how long? How long? But you got your nerve talking about cowards. You got your goddamn nerve. It's easy to sit behind a screen when you never had to. At least Tatum at some point had to put his ass on the line. At least I have to respect him for that. But here we go again. Where Tatum fucks up is condoning bad procedure. When they said they had a fucking year ago, they were giving active shooter training. I've told you once, and I'll tell you again. Active shooter training is done for 2 particular reasons. One is to have a formulated plan of attack to eliminate that threat. And 2, so you can be held individually liable for not going in. So that, I'm going to tell you again, departments Departments. Departments get their lawyers not to protect the officers. They get their fucking lawyers to protect the department. So for this false ass narrative that they like to protect police, no. No, they don't. No, they don't. I keep telling people this shit over and over and over. The department does not protect you. The department does not protect you. They will protect their image at all goddamn costs and throw you under the goddamn bus. But no problem. No problem at all. But to sit here and throw every law enforcement officer under the bus, no. No, I can't allow you to do that. Now, if I'm going to tear into somebody that's righteous, it's going to be the cops of Uvalde. Because if it does come out that y'all spent that much time doing an active shooter, you deserve to be fired. You deserve it. It's amazing how both of these guys made a lot of money shitting on black people, particularly black men, with no solutions. No justification. Oh, Chicago. Art Newstyle pulled up a charter school that once again, what was it, 7 years in a row? 100% graduation rate with all the male students, black male students going to college. But you fucking conservatives can't pull that out your ass anytime, right? When talking about Chicago. What about when we did the same thing in Baltimore with a all-male charter school? When y'all talking about these fucking cities. See, I'm tired of you fucking conservatives representing the rest of us who are in the fucking public safety field. I'm getting tired. Shout out to Dr. Ronald Neal last Friday when we had our interview, when he actually had some engaging questions for me to answer. But what gets real cowardly is when people fall and lean to their own understanding instead of actually researching, instead of actually going to a person who can tell it like it is. I'm tired of motherfuckers who ain't trying to make a difference in this community complaining about it. Incredibly, shut the fuck up. But yet, all the conservatives trying to lead Blackistan, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to tell you black ass is still black. I'm sorry to tell you this, fellas, but that skin doesn't wipe off easily. I'm going to tell you what. There's a lot of brave men and women that I work with that you, Amazing Lucas, insulted, who face down danger at a notorious amount any given fucking day. You going to call them cowards? You going to tell me those officers never put their lives on the line for people they don't even know? Something that didn't happen in Uvalde? When you talk about people specifically. And if you can't do that, shut the fuck up. because your ignorance is showing. You know, it's funny, Rob. He can't decide if he wants to be conservative or liberal. He flip flops like a black chick shoe in the summertime. And to Officer Tatum, when you throw black people under the bus, I want you to remember the historical narrative, how much white America fucking destroyed whatever resources we can obtain. Until the day you call them motherfuckers out, shut the fuck up. Because you giving black cops at that a bad name, a horrific name. I don't give a fuck who you married to. I don't give a fuck if you think that people hating on you because your wife's white or whatever the hell she may be. No, people don't like you because you see things only one way and you can't blame the other fucking races for theirs. But I guess he who pays rules the narrative, correct? I'm not going to get a lot of fucking viewers on this shit. I know. But it pains me to see that you got a bunch of conservatives arguing over some stupid shit. I can't defend a coward. I can't defend an inadequate, unwilling person. And I'm going to say this to black YouTube, and I hope the shit spreads. Stop supporting dumbasses. The motherfuckers ain't put into work. Make them prove it. A bunch of tap dancing Negroes. Well, you know, the left or the right or the liberals, the conservatives, fuck them both. Because the one thing a liberal and a conservative will do is undermine your fucking freedoms and your rights, especially if you're a black man. And I dare one of them to tell me different. The one thing you understand about white supremacy, we may call me the black lion, but white supremacy will always form up like Voltron, especially when you black man try to get ahead. And I dare one of them to say something different. Oh, well, we're going to debunk. Oh, go ahead, debunk the motherfucker who did 10 years of military service, 18 months in Iraq with the QRF. Debunk a motherfucker who did nearly 15 years straight patrol. Even did a little bit of undercover work. And I'm still got a gun for God and country with his own security firm that started recently. And tell the truth, please. Tell the truth, please. Tell the truth. You talking to a motherfucker that coached wrestling for 20 years, didn't get paid 1 cent, pushed a 97 percentile rate of black men across that goddamn stage. I want to see your works. What did Kevin Samuels always say? Show your fucking work. I show my works like Ric Flair shows a goddamn championship belt. I'm even coming out with a GoFundMe for not only my training, but the training of young black men. The ones, you know, Officer Tatum, you think to commit all the damn crimes that allegedly commit 52% of the murders, but numerically If we look at the aggravated assaults, white people commit 100,000 more. But see, when it's something that points the fingers at white people, we got to disregard that. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of people giving these false fucking narratives. I'm sick and tired, you motherfuckers representing someone like me, like Rob, like Nino, like Mike White, like Josh and Terrell Hill. Motherfuckers who honorably served either military or law enforcement. See, it's about damn time. It's about damn time the black man speaks for his goddamn self. Stop talking about the fucking black community if you don't have a fucking stake in it. If you choose to live out a quote unquote Blackistan, why the fuck you talk about it? If you ain't got a stake in shit, shut the fuck up about it. But one thing I'm gonna tell you, I'll be damned. I'll be super goddamned that Amazing Lucas gonna make every cop look like, oh, they're the bad cops. Maybe sometimes you gotta think, in some of these departments that have large capacities, if you got 800 motherfuckers, you're in the top 50% of law enforcement agencies. You're the top 50 of largest law enforcement agencies. If you got over 800 people, maybe we don't know who the fucking bad apples are sometimes, and that's why we're shocked and appalled. But yet, you're not going to see MSNBC, Fox News, CNN have Officer Faulkner up there giving his professional opinion, will you? And that's the fucked up part, right? Right, Mike V? Cut me a $500,000 check and watch me send about 20, 30 fucking people to fucking training for to be instructors, executive protection, SWAT trained, where we would have prevented shit like Uvalde in the first fucking place. And then took the rest of the money and built a facility, a training facility of our own. But yet, this is who we allow to represent us. See, it's kind of funny, right? And this is where I got to get on the black men a lot. Y'all going to have to start supporting our intellectuals, our master teachers, and our professionals, and our hardworking men. I don't give a damn if it's from the $30,000 a year man to the six-figure and above man. Every dollar counts. Every voice needs to be heard. Because one thing I'm going to tell you, if I went over there to the white people like Tatum, I'll be lined up with nothing but green. And see, this is the problem I got to tell black people. We create the coons that are going to be used against us. I'm going to say it again for the Negroes in the back that didn't fucking hear me. We create the coons that are going to be used against us. I bet you if the majority of people who supported Brandon Tatum were black, his narrative would change. I bet you his narrative would immediately change. Thank you, Broken Blade. You got people like Lucas who wanted to dick police. Last time I checked, when I went to the academy and in service every year, I didn't get lessons on how to to be the constable of the Johnson, to be the law enforcement of the loins, to dick police. But yet, Amazing Lucas amazingly didn't take in consideration that maybe there weren't a lot of black girls, if any, at the school where he was, which is probably a pretty affluent school. Maybe you, just maybe, if you were born in the black community, you would understand the adversarial relationship between black men and black women for the past since Reconstruction. Hey, Mike, there needs to be. There needs to be. I tell you what, tomorrow I'm gonna go talk to some people about a goddamn business loan. I'm gonna tell you that much. And we're gonna get. And I'm gonna try my damnedest to be up and running. But yet, if I was a white dude saying this to black men, everybody would think I'm the coolest shit on the other side of the fucking pillow. Oh yeah. Because you know what? Think about it. I'm one of the dudes who every week help out a brother to help me get to this live streaming shit. As you can see, the snowman here. Post your GoFundMe and your PayPal, please, snowman. If you got love for the Faulkner man, give love to the snowman. Because if there was no snowman, Officer Faulkner would never been on this live streaming YouTube shit. Because he's the one who brought me in. Him and Matt. Think about it. Two black guys, one white guy, talking about men's rights 7, 8 years ago. I've been down for the cause longer than some of your favorite YouTubers even been on air. Please support the, you know what? Y'all know the story. Our brother beat the shit out of pancreatic cancer. Him and his lovely wife fell on some hard times. Let's help them get back to Carolina. Let's help them get on their feet. The man's recovering. You know, it's harder to work, but guess what? We're gonna get him back to where he was, if not better. That's the type of shit that I'm on. When do you see Brandon Tatum or Amazing Lucas dedicate a day every week to a brother in need? And you know what? Salute to everybody who supported my GoFundMe as well. It's amazing. I don't even think one female even donated. I don't think one female even donated. But if I was making a GoFundMe for, Black Girl Magic, getting girls into the police department, getting their gun permits, pow pow, I'd have had more than enough already. I'd have went over my limits. See, unfortunately, people say they don't see color. I hate that. Because when you see me, I carry the message of my ancestors with me. Don't disrespect my ancestors by saying you don't see color. Because when people say they don't see color, let that motherfucker rob you. What type of description of that person you see? Well, I'm colorblind, so I don't know what race he was. Everybody don't see color until them motherfucking asses is accosted. Tell you that shit now. Motherfuckers don't see color until what? Shit happens in the community. We see a lot of color. See, and I got to go back to Amazing Lucas for a minute. You know, when you talk about cops, notice people like Lucas. They never talk about the cops that looked out for them. They never talk about the cops that look out for the community, that invest in the community, that actually come back to their communities. People say, "Oh, why don't the cops live in the community?" I did for years. What does the fuck a cop get? Does he get rest? Does he get refuge in his fucking house if he live in the fucking community? Many a times you're trying to break into motherfucker's house when he's not home. Ask me how I know. Because he's at a certain economic level, you want to take from a man who worked hard. But yet you don't even want to congratulate the cops actually doing the right fucking thing. You say you're pro-citizen but not pro-police. How the fuck can you be when, guess what? The citizen would be fucking hiding in terror if it wasn't for the police. Nino said, until shit happens to them, then that's when they see color. When white daddy turns on them, who they thought were their brothers and their savior, of course. I tell anybody who don't see color, would you trade your lot to be a black man? Oh, I bet you see color then. Do you trade places to be a black man? Tell the truth and shame the devil, people. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All this conservative bullshit. Get a fucking story straight while you at it. Salute the snowman, please. Rob Marsh said, I saved an Asian woman from being robbed in Queens by a white man. And she turned around and said, I robbed her. That was a wake up moment for me. Of course. Wow. I remember being a fucking officer, sitting in Panera Bread for breakfast. Older white lady said, I'm so glad you're here. And I had to ask her this question. Ma'am, would you have said that to me if I was in my civilian clothes? And she looked baffled. She looked baffled. She looked baffled. What's up, Bree? You know what really pisses me off about this whole narrative shit? Nobody wants to come with the answers. Think about it. When does Brandon Tatum say we need more black police officers? When does Amazing Lucas say we need more black police officers? That's a damn shame. I'm the only motherfucker on YouTube that says we need more black police, military, firemen. It, exactly, Mike. The Black Police Associations that give scholarships every year, the Christmas drives for the less fortunate. Exactly. Mo Reese Delk said, I know Brandon personally. He promised me that we were going to reach the inner cities. Now he be avoiding me. Think about it. Think about this. You hit it right there on the fucking head. Right down the head. Wants to be the only. Everybody want to be in the rat race, but guess what? If you win it, you become the number one rat. It's a goddamn shame, man. It's a goddamn shame. Oh, he's Antifa, huh? See, let's look at the narrative shit going on, right? Let's look at what's going on. Black people are getting poor. We need more representation. So what's going to go on? Something's got to give. Something's got to fucking give. I want to see motherfuckers. I want to see all these motherfuckers put their money where their mouth is. Volunteer your time. Volunteer your money. Lucas got about 400,000 subscribers. Tatum got over 1.9, making damn good money. Why don't they make a scholarship for young black males or donate to the all black male schools? At least go in there and talk to them about career choices in the military as enlisted, warrant, or officer. Career choices of being not only a police officer, but also a detective, a supervisor, a SWAT operative, an aviator, helicopter pilot, drug enforcement, community relations, paramedic, medic. How many are you willing to do that? How, like, really? It's funny how a lot of these people who make 100,000 subscribers don't give back. Not one iota of shit. But it's always the smaller channels that are rooting for the little man. That's why we can't allow these jackasses to speak narratives that ain't fucking true. Here it is. I started a goddamn security firm to give a chance to hire young black men who want to go through the training, who want to make more than fucking immigrant money. Yeah, people may say, oh, that's offensive. No, that's what the fuck you try to pay black men. You try to pay us in pesos instead of fucking US dollars when you get a fucking chance. And don't give me that narrative that, oh, black women love black men, because a lot of you bitches in HR won't even look at a black man's resume, so get the fuck out of here with that. You're right. They don't intend to help. They're a bunch of con artists. You got fucking people like Amazing Lucas saying, well, Bronny, it's not good for him to date a girl because of the imagery. Maybe you should tell black women, how'd you let a motherfucker like that go? Maximum age of training? Are you physically able to do it? That's the maximum age. Think about it. Maybe LeBron tried black girls before, and they were too fucking mean, too fucking into themselves instead of figuring out what he likes. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why. You're right about that, Nino. See, it's kind of funny how we still hear about black men's choices, but you won't go after. You didn't say shit about Serena ugly ass Williams dating that funky looking white dude. Oh well, we need the black imagery. See, but you don't talk about how treacherous and how much of a seditious traitor women like her are. It was white dudes calling her a monkey and an ape and all kinds of shit, but it was black dudes who made her a fucking sex symbol. And the thanks we get, you marry the other. Can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I tell you, you got a lot of motherfuckers who got a lot of nerve to talk about shit. Can't hold your promises, but yet you'll be at a Republican convention. We got a bunch of disingenuous motherfuckers who ain't willing to help a fucking soul. And see, I think Nino was there too when that little passive aggressive racist motherfucker came to my panel. I don't play that shit. I'm not like some of these black YouTubers who think whatever comes out of a white man's mouth is the golden fucking goose that laid the eggs either. I don't play that shit. I'm gonna look funny at a motherfucker. I'm gonna look funny at a motherfucker who does that. The hell I look like letting a bunch of races up on my goddamn panel and not checking their asses after they said some stupid shit. See, a lot of these people, see, a lot of these people who come up on these goddamn panels are suspect than a motherfucker on so many levels. Seriously. Why the fuck is it that you come out there, you spew your rhetoric for another group of people to be like, yeah, you told the truth, but you never go at their heads. Not once you ever go at their fucking heads. And you know what's funny, Nino? When I hear black guys saying they got a black girlfriend or black wife, I'm like, so? Okay. Your wife just so happens to be black. That still doesn't mean you get to talk, you get to be the first priority in the conversation when it comes to blackness. Because I'm pretty fucking sure as soon as you get mad, you're not calling me a child of God. And then you got to question a lot of these sisters who with these white boys, and they hear the white boys calling black men niggas and shit, and will sit there being real nice, but let a black man tell her no, she ready to fight his ass. Fucking ridiculous. Oh yeah, I've seen Ragnarok's dumbass before. Fuck him too. Well, my girlfriend, she's black. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Are you gonna marry the motherfucker? No. Shut the fuck up. But you got a lot of these fucking. It's a damn shame you got people like that who get galvanized off these two yahos off of stupid shit they'll say and commit atrocities against black people and say, well, we heard this from Brandon Tatum, or we heard this from Amazing Lucas. See how dangerous it becomes when you allow certain elements into your chat? It's no different than not fucking stamping out that racist fucking shit back in Reconstruction and then now a few years ago. Just like people try to say, well, the Confederate flag's about history and culture, but yet You use that damn flag to insult other people. You use that flag to intimidate, to discriminate other people. Why the fuck, if you call yourself an American, use a loser flag anyway? Well, exactly. If that flag, you know that is so insulting, when you get mad, you pull it the fuck out. What does it say about you? Mm-mm-mm. But this is the type of people that be in Brandon's chat. That racist fucking element. It's disturbing. We should not galvanize racists. It's disturbing. It's fucking disturbing. If that's the type of people that they want to promote on YouTube while they shadow ban the Black Manosphere, how the fuck you shadow ban Art New Style, Art of Itmore, Angry Man, people who actually BGS, people who trying to uplift and teach you some shit, even myself. But all these other motherfuckers, they get to be shown, they get to be in all kinds of algorithms. The stupidity of this shit knows no bounds. Mm-mm-mm. Please support the snowman. Please support one of the brothers who keeps it real. One of the best sports historians on this side of YouTube. Please support the brother. And do yourselves a favor, brothers. Support your fucking content creators. There are black men that speak their narrative out for you. I'm really starting to see that we're gonna have to do some ejecting of seats. When he called law enforcement officers cowards, instead of directing that shit only to the ones in Uvalde who didn't act, when they were supposed to, I had a problem with that. You anti-police, but guess what? You ain't calling a crackhead when you're in danger. See, guys like guys like Lucas talks a really good game, but when did he ever put his ass on the line? There are some people I could call cowards, but I specifically address the person or the group that held the cowardness. I'm not going to throw the whole bunch away unless the whole bunch deserves to be thrown away. I'm going to tell you here and I'm going to tell you now. A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't have busted great. I'm looking at this with a real side eye. Don't forget to check out Nino as well. Different fashion, different perspectives, great interviews. But I'm gonna say this: we need to fucking make a constitution. We need to make a declaration of independence of stupidity and work on what black men joining forces are supposed to be. I'm tired of having all this bullshit talk from people who don't give a fuck nor mattered. What we're gonna do, we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna ignore these two idiots. And we're gonna manifest our destiny whether the world likes it or not. I'm just disgusted by these two. Till next time, folks. Woo! We out.